Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for Thursday, December 9th. So, okay, with the Russell here, as you know, we'd called, it does appear that there's 5 waves down here. We're just going to go over that quickly today, and we'll also have a look at this little move to the upside here. So, it appears that we've got 5 waves in here, so that should lead to a B wave here, rally, and then another move to the downside at that point. But kind of got to be careful as well, because I suppose this triangle's okay, I guess, in that way, an A and a B and a C and a D and an E here. I just sort of wonder sometimes if this is actually connected to all of this. But anyway, we'll just continue to play the game in this particular fashion. We've got 5 waves down here. We're looking for a move back to the 2,300 area, and then another move down, and that's how we're seeing the other indices as well. But the move up here is looking quite bullish on those indices, so we'll check on those. But we'll just go to the tick chart here, and I'm going to bring in a bit of data here. So let's just rewind and go over this. We haven't seen this for a little while, so that's all good. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 2 3 4 5 4, 1 2 3 4 5 for the third, fourth, fifth for the third, the fourth. 5 waves here for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. There is overlap there, but I'm kind of okay with that. It does give us that 5 wave structure to the downside, and then we're looking for a move to the upside. So this move to the upside, we need to, we're looking at it as a corrective rally, but at the same time too, with the NASDAQ and the SP, I want to have a look at it as being a bullish pattern as well, and look at what point we can go long and so on. So from the low here, we can look at this as the A wave, the B wave, and then 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, an A and a B and a C for the fourth, and then going up for the fifth here. So in the fifth here, we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then I'm thinking this is all of the third wave that's not finished yet, is 1 2 3 4 here. So that would leave us with 5 up here for the third wave, back for the fourth, and up for the fifth to top out at that point then. So that's where that could top out. If this continues to climb, then we're going to use the top of group 1. So from the 2000 here, we've got 1, 2, and 3, or 100, 200, and 300. So for us to be long here, we would need to see the arrival, the reaction, first high above the level, the ABC pattern here, and then we can look to go up and long at that point. We either do that, or we're going to be testing here and working lower at that point. So if we're going to short it, then I'll see if we can find our way in here to short this without being trapped on the long side with all of this. Looks a bit sharp when cutting it off there, but I'll just put that there. Okay, so moving on to the NASI. So with the S&P and the NASDAQ, we're looking at this as a wave 3 top, and then an A and a B and a C for wave 4, so that's cool. And the other count that we've got, of course, is this move up here. Well, the other move that we've got for the S&P and the NASI is this wave 4 being here, and then wave 1 here, and ABC for wave 2, and then continuing to the upside. So I suppose we can look at that on the intraday. On one of the tick charts, we can look at this as the bullish move to the upside, but I want to spend more time on the S&P on that. One of the things that we could look for on the long side here, this medium level here, 16,500, if we see a classic trading levels pattern sitting on top of that, well, then we can go long from that point. So we've already got where are we here with all of this? So we've really got, well, we could call that, it's really all part of that, isn't it? So I have to really call that the arrival, and this the reaction, then the first high above the level, and so on. But I think that we could get a smaller one. We'll go in and we'll talk about it along the way. Okay, I'll just put this back here and then close it so it opens there again. Let's just cruise in and check on this B wave trend here first. So It is very powerful to the upside. It does look like it's impulsive. We'll just need to give it some time. As I mentioned yesterday, after this strong move here, we're going to see it soften. So we're starting to see it soften at the moment as well. And it would be a bit silly to go long here, I'd reckon, just in front of such a large number and the previous tops and all the rest of it. So we're looking at it as an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave up through this leg here. Now, I could make a mistake, and we can have another little structure here, and we'll look at that. So that might, in the next session, just pop up here and then start working lower from that point. So we'll need to be aware of that. However, if we were going to go long, we would have the same situation. The same situation would mean that we would just go long above that second high there, because that would be the B wave, and if it was going to move up at that point, then would be long. We're going to talk about this a lot more, but just giving you that shell, and I've been talking about it, and we'll continue to talk about it. And also mentioned that it would be on Friday that that would come into play, late Thursday afternoon and Friday for this. So yeah, let's just cruise into the tick chart for this, because I think we need to let's just get a bit more data in here for that, a bit more as well. So if we were going to call it wave A here and then wave B up here, then we would have to call this the A wave here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave. On the bullish side, we can call it wave 1 as well. We'll be looking at that. But an A wave here for the minute degree, and B wave minute degree, and the C wave minute degree of minor wave B. So that would leave us with minuet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here. I've counted this up through here. I've counted the. We're going to have a look at this in two different ways, because we can count that as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, but we do have a bit of an overlap there. So we could count this as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. We get pretty much the same sort of result at the end up here, but we're going to look at that anyway. I just wanted to look at it with fresh eyes and so on. Yeah, so is this count correct with 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave and fifth wave to this point? I kind of like that count. I don't see anything wrong with that, and we can see now that we're sort of moving above that. So if I counted that as this from wave B here to wave C here, we've got 5 waves in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I looked at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, then we could look at all of this as wave 3 here. And that means we could copy that and put wave 4 there and have wave 5 over there. So this is where the situation comes in. Would have let's just say wave 1 up into that 16,500, and then we would have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave back here. Now, if I've got all of this count wrong, this B wave could be up here. It kind of doesn't matter in a way if I've got it wrong or right, because what will happen either way is that the market will have its first 5 waves down, its second wave down, and in 3 and then 5 here. So we can just go long above that B wave, and that's what we'll be looking for on the Friday morning. Now, on the Friday morning, we'll be looking for that, and we're expecting the market to come up there on the Friday. But what happens on a Thursday is that this move down through here, that will start shoring up, and then Thursday could already start pushing up here, late Thursday afternoon or Thursday afternoon. So what we want to look for is this particular pattern, and we can also look for the first little 5 waves in this move here, and then that will pull back into this space here as well, and then push up, and it'll probably be sitting there like that for the Friday, you know. So if you can see those impulse waves coming off this low here, then you can find yourself a way in over on that area there. So I think I have counted this a little bit differently on the on the 10 tick chart. So this is slightly different again. I'm just going to put the medium level in here, and we'll just see where the S&P is as well on this. 16,500. Bit of an odd number that, but it's halfway between two major levels. I won't go into that at the moment though. So this is the 78.6 retracement level at that point, or it looks higher than that. I'll have to check on that. So yeah, in this case here, we can count. I've gone into 10 ticks to count more detail. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here for 1, ABC for 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and then looking at this is 1 and 2 here, and then 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave here for the third, the fourth here, then 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, going up for the third, the fourth, and the fifth wave for the third here, and then the fourth, and then the fifth. So this is slightly different, and it's good to kind of understand this. So that will come up to here, then that will come back to here, and then that will come up to here, and then we'll have this move here as well, here. And then if it's going to be bullish, it's going to go up at that point. So this will be the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. So you don't want to go chasing any of that, and then we'll come back. So we'll be looking for we're not looking for trades in the next session. We're looking for trades Thursday afternoon and Friday. Okay, so this counts a little bit different. So you just take a snapshot of that, and just keep an eye on that. This wave 4 can come back to this wave 4 here. There's also from the 16,000 here. Didn't really stop there at all, but that's okay. So we'll put that in there as the largest number. Then we've got group 1 here, so 100, 200 and 300. So this other top over here, 16,650, that's the most serious number at that point. I mean, 600 is important, 700 is important, but it's this one here that, because the 600 gets tops and bottoms and the 700 gets tops and bottoms, but when the market's vibrating between these two, this becomes the balance line here, and it's also the lower end of a group 2 in here as well. So group 2 would be the 16.8 and then the 16,720 in here. Close enough. Might as well give it a splash of colour while I'm here. I just do that because it's just nothing special, just a design thing so you can separate things visually. Rightio. So yeah, that's that. Let's have a look at the S&P. So with the S&P here, we're also looking this move down through here. I suppose you could get 5 waves out of it, but anyway, we'll go and have a look. So we're looking at the B wave here. This is a 2-day chart here, so it's on 2 days. But anyway, the market's going to soften in here. You know, looking at that there is quite powerful, of course, but all these open and closes through here are going to be the supply zone really in for this. So it's going to pull back, and we're looking for it to soften. The other count here, of course, is this count where we're looking at. We've held this one for a while as well, so the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here for wave 2, and then we go up for wave 1 and pull back for wave 2. So this is all good. This is a daily chart, so this day here was on lower volume. Even this day, yesterday, we noted that like push straight up there was also on lower volume than the previous day as well. So we've got divergence there on those bars, so we were looking for it to soften. We're in group 2 here, 65, 72 and 80, so we'll see how that travels. But what I'm really looking for is the move up here. We didn't want to chase it up at this point, so we don't want to chase it. We knew that it was strong. We wanted to see it soften and finish off and then pull back. And when it pulls back, that will give us our trade set up for the short side, but also for the long side as well. Because if this does fail here, then we'll be back down below the 4.4 at that point. And I wondered what news was going to come out of for the B wave here, and it was the Omicron. Maybe they find something else, and it is a bit bad, and then we get the big third wave down here. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, not the third wave, wave C here. So we'll see. Let's just move into this a little bit closer here on that particular pattern. So it will be looking like this. So from the low here as wave 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, so this is what we were looking for yesterday. That's softening back into wave 4 there, and looking for wave 5 to the upside. So we need that top to come in play. If there's no top there and this just drops from here, then you could probably short that under there. But I won't put it on this chart because we're looking at the long side here. So we want that to finish off. It may not go all the way up there either. And this is, I've drawn this really quite big. It may not be that big. It may be a lot smaller than that. But really it's the same sort of principle, and this is what we'll be looking for a little bit later. So that can push up into there, and then we'll be looking for, this will come back and hit supply down. See all those open and closes there? It'll be there somewhere, and then some sort of rally back up, hitting supply again, and then moving down. So what we really want to see here, we just want that, we want that top, and then we want the second top. That will give us our entry at that point. Now, we expect that to push up through at that time, but also too, we see how we've got these three waves down here and the market pushes back up. So if the market pushes back up through here and you can see those three waves there, well then that's also the place to go short there as well under that. Because if it's three waves, then, and it moves up, it's going to be bullish, and if it comes back down again, then you know that you've got wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, and then down again from that point. But if it's that close to the level, then use this number here, the 46.50, as the retested resistance to short or to add to positions at that point, depending where the market is. So that would be classic trading levels pattern at that particular point. And so you want that as the retested resistance, that's what I'm saying. But you never chase that down there and short that, because what happens a lot of the times is it'll just go back up and you get trapped. So you want the market to prove to you that it's going in that direction, and just that simple little pattern is very helpful for that. So as an impulse wave to the upside, I have to say I like it a lot, you know. I like it better than the corrective pattern that we're looking at. But now we just need to wait for a setup, you know. We didn't want to go long over, you know, we could have gone long here and we could have gone long here yesterday, but I didn't want to get involved in the top there. As I always say, there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. So it's pointless going long at the end here, because it just captures your attention, and then you become attached to it, and then you become emotional about it, and then you have to go through all this turmoil here, you know. So you're better off just learning to do the right thing at the right time. So let's move along a little bit. So back to the bearish count. So the bearish count would be looking at one more move to the upside here and then coming to the downside. But this is where it gets a little bit tricky here, and this is where you need a little bit of patience. And if you're not sure, don't do anything, you know. Because if that's going to be three waves there and taking out that top, you know it's bullish. If you can see that it gets three waves here, then you can go short here. And yeah, obviously if that gets taken out up there, it's going to be bullish at that point. But if it doesn't and goes halfway up and then comes down, then you got it, you know. But just taking that top out there confirms that that's an A and a B and a C correction, and we'll be cruising up from that point. So yeah, I'm just trying to be, I'm just trying to be sure. It's not like we're in a trend. We're in wave fours, and wave fours, you know, as an A and a B and a C, or an A and a B and a C, that, you know, they can just double in size. And our wave four hasn't pulled back to where we wanted it to pull back to. So yeah, it may not be a wave four, maybe just that wave two that we've been harping on about. But let's just continue to cruise in on the tick chart where we were yesterday. Maybe let's just check on this. And I think I've got some on the 10-tick chart as well here. So yeah, as you may have noticed, I've got this counted in two ways here. And so it does appear, the thing here, it does appear that this move here is corrective, is bullish corrective, this move here. So it'll be down for 1 here somewhere, 2 and 3 and 4, or I mean an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for that. So it's possible. It's possible that we're going to be going above this high here. Okay, so if that's the case, I do want to adjust this just to give ourselves a chance to be in the race here for this. It's not going to matter either way. So we can put that there. And there is a case for this too, as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to this point. So there is that case for that. But at the same time, we just want to allow that to finish off up here. It'd probably go to the 47.20 would be a nice target. And then we'll see this play out here, which will probably only come, even as a wave 2, just come back to that point, but it does leave us to go short at that point, and a retest of this and then down again after you see 3 waves here, then you can go short at that point. Just want to check on the 10 ticks here, because I did think I did a bit on here. Yep, let's move in a bit further. So this is on the bullish side here. So well, I like this count. This is the count that I think it is. So I was on 10 ticks here, 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave for 1 and 2, then 1 and 2 in here, and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third, fourth, and the fifth wave here for this, the ABC for the fourth, and up here. That's what I think it is. So I'm hoping that Thursday opens higher and then trades lower, and we'll get this. And when we come back tomorrow, in tomorrow's video, we'll see this here in some description or rather, and we'll try and make heads or tails of it. And if we're lucky, we'll be going to the upside. If not, after 3 waves here, then we can head on down south at that point. So we'll get closer to all of this tomorrow, and once this does come down, then it confirms whatever we've done here as well. So that we need that. So we're getting close. We just need to be sure to be sure. That's all. So sorry for dragging my feet and all the rest of it, but I just want to get it right. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.